All right, good morning. All right, just gonna run down these injuries real quick. So Eccles, he's dealing with a hammy. He's gonna be out for the game. DJ Reed was entered into the concussion protocol. He won't practice today, but we are optimistic that he'll get everything cleared by game day. Tony Adams will be limited. Sam McGuavin will be limited. Schweitzer's back in practice; he'll be limited, and then Mackay is on his normal schedule.
So was that DJ had some symptoms?
Just a couple of symptoms, but like I said, we're optimistic on that. But Eccles is going to be out.
Robert, this I know you've got to go week to week, not look too big picture, but it feels like a pretty critical juncture of the season right now, right? You're 1-3. You got the bye coming up in a couple of weeks. Does this feel like one? We have some positivity, even off of a loss. Does this feel like a big week for you guys?
I feel like every week's a big week, Kaz. It's this sense of urgency to win in this league and to do your best and all that stuff is always at peak levels every week. You never want to make one bigger than the other because that's where you get inconsistency in play. But this is no different. We're traveling we're going to a Denver team that just came off a big win, and they're feeling really good about themselves, and they're probably looking at their schedule and thinking, hey, we got a chance to get right. So we've got to put our best foot forward and get ready to try to win a football game.
Does this sense of urgency grow though after 3 losses in a row?
It shouldn't. The sense of urgency should always be the same to me. It should always be as high as possible. And if your urgency is changing based on circumstance, you already lost. That's just my opinion.
With Russell, obviously you have a relationship with him. Just kind of what do you see in him now at this juncture in his career?
You know what? He's lost weight from last year. He looks good. He's moving around really well. He's creating off schedule like I'm used to seeing. Just game planning against him, being with him in Seattle, and game planning against him in Seattle. His arm is alive. He's throwing the ball accurately. They're doing a really nice job. They're moving the ball. I think they're a lot better than people are giving them credit for. I think a lot of people are hanging that Miami game on them. And it's one of those games you just throw away. But if you look at their body of work as a whole, they've been in every game. They had a really good comeback last week. The Washington game was a big game. So this is a good football team.
Have you gotten any clarity yet on the source?
No, you know what? The whether. The call doesn't matter, just for you guys. Like you could look at that clip and say, well, he fouled, he didn't foul. The clarity is just the consistency at which we officiate. That's all, and it's not, they got a hard job as is. You go through those 3 quarters. We were the beneficiaries of some calls. They were the beneficiaries of some. We got away with a couple. They got away with a couple. But there's a style of play that gets established between with the way we officiate and the players. So their DBs are handsy, our DBs are handsy. It's just why in the 4th quarter did we decide that? That's all. And because you could look on every play and I promise you someone's cheating on every play. It's you can throw a flag on every play, but that's not the point. It's where's the consistency? What are we trying to accomplish? And the communication and all that stuff. So that was kind of where the frustration was.
What was the thought? We didn't ask about this the other day. What was the thought process behind leaving Al Woods inactive on game day?
With the style of runs that Kansas City had, there's a couple of things. Obviously, we, from a special team standpoint, 2, we had to get another DB on the field, which actually paid dividends when Eccles got hurt. With the packages that we won the run defensively, with all their the variety with their pass game, that was the big reason. It's not traditional. We're unconventional in the sense that we dress 9 and 10 D linemen. Traditionally, it's 8. So we had to give one to get a DB on the field.
What do you go ahead.
Over the summer, Peyton's comments about Hackett got the headline, but he also lumped you guys in with teams that are quote unquote trying to win the offseason and mention the hard knocks, it's kind of an unflattering comment there. I'm wondering now as you go into this game, is there anything to it for you personally?
No. I said it before. In football terms, that was 15 years ago. So it's
I think you said 20.
20.
I was getting
It's probably
closer now.
it's more like 25 now. It's been a couple of days, so it's long gone. We're a different football team than we were in training camp. So were they, and we're just going out to play a football game. And the reality is coaches aren't the ones who play; it's the players, and it's our job to put them in the best position possible to be successful.
Did he ever end up reaching out to you? Did you ever speak to him?
I'll leave that between he and I.
Wow. What are you seeing from Dalvin right now?
Dalvin, he's coming along. Remember, he didn't have OTAs, he didn't have training camp. He's still getting his legs underneath him. Obviously, he's, I'll speak for him. I'm sure he wants more. I'm sure he wants more production. He needs to continue to work. He's getting faster. His GPS numbers are showing to get a lot faster. He's getting. It looks like he's getting his legs underneath himself, and we just need to find those guys a little bit more opportunity. We knew it was going to be hard. Last week I felt like there was an opportunity to get more touches to both of them, but at the same time Zach was dealing, and we were moving the ball pretty well with the style that we were operating in, and so he's a great teammate. Dalvin is, and I'm sure it's an adjustment for him, but he's starting to get his legs underneath him, so he's trending in the right direction.
With Brees, it seems like he's making the most of his opportunities. At what point do you just start to give him a little bit more carries?
Yeah, no, like I said, from an opportunity standpoint, there is no pitch count with him anymore. We'd love to get him going, and but at the same time, we've got a lot of guys that we want to get the ball to. Garrett's a special player. Lazard, but Lazard showed how good he can be. Xavier Gibson showed up in the game. The three tight ends we have are all pretty darn good. So there's, knock on wood, we got some guys. We just got to find a way to distribute the ball in a way that is best for the team and making sure that we're scoring points.
How is Trevor Siemian acclimating, and could he be the number 2 this week?
He's doing a good job. We're the quarterback room is status quo. Tim Boyle's earned his right to be the number 2 quarterback, and Tim's done a great job in preparation as the number 2. He's done a great job. He did a great job all the way to earn his right to be the number 2 quarterback too. So, but Trevor's been awesome. Love having him here. And he's acclimating fine.
This is kind of a weird situation, Robert, where you're playing Denver for the 3rd straight year. 3 different coaching staffs, 2 different quarterbacks. Can you draw anything from game planning for them 12 months ago and 24 months ago, or is it a lot of that to win now?
It'd probably be more player to player, leaning on different guys and how they play. But schematically, there's no carryover.
Robert, do you remember what you felt for Brees last year? I mean, that's where it happened in Denver, and to see where he is now. What is it?
Again, probably more for him. He's in terms of how he's feeling about this game, but he's in a great mindset. Everyone loves him. He's been working hard. I will say this: he ran violently last week in practice, and I felt like it carried over in the game. And you can tell he's starting to get his legs underneath him. Even though he's had production, he still hasn't reached where we know what he's capable of and what he's shown in the past. But he's another one that's trending in the right direction.
Couple more. Is Bryce Huff playing his best football right now? It seemed like a really dominant game the other day.
Yeah, Bryce is really good. You guys know how I feel about him. He's a special football player, and anytime you got a guy who's kind of earned his way as an undrafted free agent, gets cut and all that stuff, and had to remake his body and what he's kind of done, he's a special human. He is getting better on 1st and 2nd down with regards to defending the run. Things are becoming more natural in that regard, and then obviously from a pass rush standpoint, we know how good he is. So,
Robert, what do you want Zach to take away from his success that he had last week going into this week?
Confidence. Just he's when he's playing in timing and rhythm, and he's sure of himself, and he trusts what he sees. I think everyone saw the arm talent, and that's the hard part for quarterbacks in this league. We can have a whole 3-hour dissertation or discussion on the development of quarterbacks in this league, and he's the mental aspect of it is it's hard for a quarterback, especially coming from this new age college and high school. Not to throw shade at those systems, but it's different, because you can't get away with some of the stuff that you get away with coming up from high school and college, coming into this league, and he's doing a great job. His, like I said, his mental toughness and his perseverance and resilient mindset, he's done a great job, and for him, just stay confident, trust your feet, trust your eyes, let it rip.
You guys need to add a corner, Robert Nichols out.
Yeah, we're working some guys out. We needed to add one anyway, just because of for practice and legs and all that stuff. But with Eccles being down, we're going to have to add one.
How important was it for Zach to have a game like that? I know you talk about that.
It'll probably be more practice squad though, Kaz.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's looked great in practice, but to do it on the field, in the game, and everything, how important was it for him to show that?
For Zach?
Yeah.
Anytime you get an affirmation, because I gave you the analogy, go to the driving range and I'll scare Tiger Woods, but you still got to go do it on the course to feel confident and that you can do it. And I think for him, he's done it in the past. It's not like this is the first time he's ever played a good game. For him, it's just, now let's go stack it up. Just carry that confidence over and trust your teammates, because a lot of the stuff he did on Sunday night was trusting his teammates with those back shoulder throws and being aggressive with his ball placement, which I thought his teammates did a great job making plays too. So for him, it's obviously I would imagine, empathetically speaking for myself, affirmations are great, but now the key is to carry it over and do it again.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, guys, thank you.